I don't even know what's in this package. No. We're doing this all together, okay? So this is one of the packages I got from my manufacturer. It's just on the leathers, so I've got to look at the ones they sent and source and pick out which ones work best. This is not how you open a box, but this is how I'm going to open the box. Hi, my name is Maritza, and full-time I work in robotics sales, and on the side I'm starting my own fashion business. People definitely do think I'm crazy. They hear my story and they first hear the first thing I do and they're like, wow, that's really cool. And then I'm like, oh, but also I do this and this and this. And they're like, how do you do that all and still have a social life? And I make it work. So they picked out some ones that they thought I would like best. So this is kind of curated for me. So I've got a lot to look at here. There's multiple colorways. The colorways I was kind of looking to go closer to would probably be something like this. And then green wise, I don't know if anything in here fits it, but something you have to look at too, like some of these leathers are gonna work better for some of the designs as opposed to other ones. As you can see, there's different textures to all these, so this is the fun part. So going through all of these, I've got a whole collection. This is gonna be a lot of learning still. I did do materials course and textile courses in college, but it's gonna be a while because I will need to know the durability of a lot of these leathers and how they'll hold stitching, because I have certain stitching on certain shoes that I wanna make work. So I'll probably have a lot of questions for them, but the good thing is we do bi-weekly calls. And with this agency in particular, I'm on a retainer with them. So I pay them monthly to help me with this, to make sure we're going through this and working together, which is nice. So they have a vested interest in mine in terms of helping me get to my end goal. So after I go through all of this, I'll talk to my manufacturer and see if I'm able to do this on my design. One of the things is it may not work with the design I have in mind. So I have to check with them first. So this is actually funny. I haven't got a prototype shoe yet. My supplier did tell me that sometimes they call it the monster because it doesn't look like what you envision at all, and not to worry because the prototype is just a prototype. So I expect to have it next month. But the fun thing is I'm going to Portugal to actually meet with the manufacturer and to go to the factories as well, to see the factories they're working with. I'm really excited. I talked to them and asked them if there was any value to me going, and they said certainly, because we can go through this together almost. We can go through the certain leathers, we can talk to the factory and see what their capabilities are, and it's nice because I actually just have a personal connection to what I'm doing. I know when I first started, I would just research everything. So when you're first starting a company, you need to figure out how to do all these things. And there are a lot of free resources out there available. In the fashion industry, there's specific groups and organizations. I follow the Tory Burch Foundation. They have a number of free webinars and resources available. So just yesterday, I was watching one on bootstrapping a company and just best practices and what to do. And on that, they mentioned a number of grant organizations to look out for, and I have been looking for grants as well. And funding wise, I've been just asking people in my network, how do you know any good loan companies for business loans? I know the challenge right now, we're in a really tough economy, so even the Small Business Administration, I applied for a smaller loan, and one of the loan companies got back to me and said they were only financing $100,000 or more, which sounds great in theory, but with that said, if I get approved for that, like I need to have a more clear plan for the next year because I got to pay that back at some point. For me, the most stressful thing is thinking about finances, and I think it might be different for everyone, but it is a lot to. I've always had this vision of doing something bigger and changing the world, as I said, but it's scary. Sometimes I think, why don't I just want a normal life? Why don't I just want, the marriage, the kids, the home, the stable job? But I want more, and I want to inspire people. So I know at the end of the day, this is all going to be worth it, but that's where I am now.